Hi, folks. The Filipino P here. Now, some of you told me not to touch this subject with a 10-foot pole, but everyone's been asking me about the ongoing conflict between the Philippines and China and wondering what the average Filipino thinks about it. Do we feel threatened by what's going on? What do we think about the new American military bases? And how much do we fear the prospect of war? I usually stay away from anything of a political nature, but this is something that affects every citizen. So I thought I'd bend the rules just this once. I have no idea what people are gonna say, so here goes. So, Meko, what do you know about the tensions between China and the Philippines?
The West Philippine Sea was being attacked by the China because they want to get all the resources that we have there, and they keep on bombarding our fishermen. I believe that since that is our territory, China is not allowed to enter it, and we have the full authority that we Filipinos can have that full resources because that is part of our country.
Okay, so how are we going to solve this?
I do believe that if this, I don't think that this one will gonna be fixed by just some talking. So I think this will be need to upgrade it into some higher ups already.
So, Mega, which country is a better ally to the Philippines, China or the US?
U.S.
Okay, so have you heard about the new military bases, American military bases being built here in the Philippines?
Yeah, I actually watched some news that they've already training at one of the places here in the Philippines, and I think they're also trying to help us regarding on this.
Do you think it's a good thing that there are American bases in our country?
Yes, because at some point they can be able to help us regarding on if in case that China will gonna attack us.
Mhm.
But at some point, I don't think that it will be necessary to them to stay at the Philippines.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about a war with China?
Nine,
9. Why?
because Philippines is very small. In one attack of China, it will be vanished in the map. But I know that if these our military men really love our country, they will just go ahead and fight for their lives as well.
Would you fight for the Philippines?
Yes, of course.
So, Migo, what do you know about the tensions between China and the Philippines?
Not all the China are harassing the Philippines, but there's Wait,
Sorry, I'm filming. I don't want to be filmed while I'm filming. Oh my God. Okay, never mind.
ato to palungon.
Dili, di okay ra to. Kay pwede ra nata ko to ikat.
He doesn't want to stop. I asked him politely.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I don't like being filmed while I'm filming. Sorry. Yes, it is a public place, but I don't want to be filmed while I'm filming. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I have the prerogative. I don't want to be filmed while I am filming. I'm sorry.
Usbo na lamang natin, katabla mo kat, ana. Usbo na lamang.
Okay. So anyway, someone just approached us because there's another vlogger. They are filming me, and I told them I politely declined. I don't want to be filmed while I'm filming because my guest, he didn't agree to be
Yes.
filmed by them. You agreed to be filmed by me. So yeah, we got distracted, and he was like, this is a public space. Yes, this is a public space, but in the Philippines, we have the Data Privacy Act. So even though you're in a public space, if the person is aware that he or she is being filmed, they have the right to say no. Please stop filming me because I'm not comfortable being filmed by you, even though you're in a public space. It's actually a law here in the Philippines. So as a respect to my guests, they agreed to be interviewed by me, and then there's another vlogger, kind of rude really, because we already started filming.
Yes.
You are already answering my question. My camera person, she said that please don't film her while she's filming. As simple as that. So yeah, I wouldn't do that to anybody. I wouldn't even presume that it's okay for me to film them. Okay, let's go back to filming. Okay, Omega. Okay na me? Framed? Okay. So, amigo, what do you know about the tensions between the Philippines and China?
My opinion about the China and the West Philippine Sea, some of the China or the Chinese harass the Philippines. The China is once a Philippine Sea, but the Filipino is not give to the West to the Chinese because in the Philippines there's one word he say always says in our politics that if ours is ours, not them.
Okay, so you said harassed. How is the Chinese government harassing the Philippines?
Like harassed our fishermen, like our coast guard. The fisherman doing is like spraying, like throw the bomb in the West Philippine Sea.
How should the Philippines react to it?
That Philippine Sea is ours, not yours. But if you are free to get the fish or oil, you have to approach first or try to get the permission so that we can avoid the harassed each country.
So you mean there should be a peace talk?
Yes.
Should we share our resources with the Chinese government?
For me, no. It is because that's ours, not them.
Have you heard about the four new military bases being built here in the Philippines?
Yes.
So, do you think it's a good thing?
For me, yeah, yes, it is because we can adapt the training or etc. from the American to we adapt in the Philippines so that the Philippines have a power to defend in the Chinese or any country who harass the Philippines.
Do you feel closer to Americans or the Chinese?
For me, is American.
Why?
Our relationship to American is good.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about a war with China?
I rate 10 because China is there's a lot of weapons. There's a lot of um, people. We are numbered on the Philippines because we are a small country compared to the Chinese to fight in the Philippines.
Okay, so hypothetically, if China invades tomorrow, what other countries would come to our aid aside from the US?
For me, is American,
Well, aside from the US.
Japan because there's a lot of Japan adopt here in the Philippines.
So, Omega, what do you know about the tensions between China and the Philippines?
The Chinese, they claiming that the Philippine Sea is for them, but no, from the word Philippine, it is ours. Some of the Chinese, they're harassing some fishermen in the West Philippine Sea. They put some what we call this
The spray gun?
and the spray gun.
Okay, so why do you think they're doing that?
Because Philippine Sea is a lot of oil, coral reefs.
So, Omega, how do you think the Philippines should react?
We should put some naval in the Philippine Sea so that we should put there some security for us for our safety.
Which country should the Philippines side with in the future? The US or China?
I think is US because US is there for us through every time through thick and thin because US always there for us because they are democratic country.
All right, Migo, so have you heard about the tensions between the Philippines and China?
Actually, it's very controversial right now here in the Philippines.
How controversial? Is it all over the news,
Yes,
all over
it's
the
all
internet?
over social media. Like when I scroll on Facebook, it's everywhere.
What do you think about it?
Philippines has natural resources, so I think that's a very great deal for China to steal it from the Philippines. Legally, West Philippine Sea is ours.
Okay, so how should the Philippines react to it? What should we do about it?
Um, I can recommend the strengthening of our military, like our naval forces, because that's one way to defend or claim our territory back.
Okay, so have you heard about the four new American military bases being built here in the Philippines?
Yes, I've actually heard of it in the news, and it's quite good because I think Americans are defending us, but at the same time, I'm actually worried of like it sparks like starting a war.
Which country should the Philippines side with in the future? China or the US?
I think Philippines should side with the U.S. because Philippines and the U.S. has a pretty close country from the past, and we have a treaty from the U.S. So I think USA should be trusted as an ally.
As an ally. Okay. So, do you feel closer to Americans or Chinese? Because I know that we share a lot of American culture, but the Chinese are also Asian people. So, which country do you feel closer to?
I feel closer to Americans actually because I think the Chinese are a bit more aggressive than the Americans. As I said earlier, that the Americans are like defending us and helping with us. I think I'm more closer with the Americans than the Chinese.
Okay, so if you're going to put a number on a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about a war with China?
I'm actually rating it as 6 because our government is like preventing it from happening.
Do you think other countries are going to come to our aid if China invades the Philippines?
Yes, I think some countries will like help us during a war because Philippines has a lot of relationships with lots of other countries as well. I think the ASEAN countries will like our neighboring countries like the Indonesia and some of the East Asian countries like Japan because as I heard in the news, Japan is also supporting us with our like naval forces in defending the territory of the Philippines.
Okay. Where would you hide if there's a war?
Actually, I'm gonna go far away.
Far away. So, Omega, what do you know about the tensions between the Philippines and China?
The Chinese people are military. They degraded the coast guards, which is coming from Philippines. They hit them physically and verbally abusing as well.
Why are they doing that?
For me, there are a lot of reasons why Chinese people or what Chinese government do that, especially when it comes to Philippine Sea. We all know that West Philippine Sea has a lot of minerals and other natural resources that they can be able to take advantage.
Do you think we should share our resources with the Chinese government?
For me, definitely no, since we also we also benefit to all the natural resources that's come from that particular area, which is being stolen by the Chinese people or Chinese government.
What is your opinion about the Philippines allowing 4 new American military bases being built here in the Philippines?
For me, that's a great move as well, since they can be able to help or give another strategy to some Filipino military as well.
So, do you feel closer to Americans or the Chinese?
For me, I prefer American since even before they help us, from that moment on up until now, they're still here, willing to help to us whenever whatever happens to our country. So I think I prefer Americans. In China, they are more on transactional and they are like doing business. So
Okay.
they're like just doing this kind of war to do business.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about a war with China?
Of course, 10.
Why?
Because Philippines is just a small country.
So, Migo, what do you know about the tensions between the Philippines and China?
Philippines must fight for what is ours. Because in 2016, I guess that we win in the global court that West Philippine Sea is for the Philippines and not for China. So I think from the global court we win. So why Philippines didn't care what China doing right now? We must fight for what is ours for the Philippines.
Amigo, there is new military bases being built here in the Philippines, American bases. I think
Yes.
there are 4. Have you heard about it?
No, I didn't heard.
You haven't heard about
Yeah.
it? Okay. Which country should the Philippines side with in the future?
Much better is US. Philippines and US is more likely close, and US is helping, always helping Philippines in like calamities, like in the Marawi siege. US help Philippines. I think that we will be much sided on US.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about a war with China?
10.
10.
Yeah, 10 because this time we know that weapons are more powerful, like nuclear bombs. So in that case, I'm very worried for the Philippines.
So, Meg, have you heard about the tensions between China and the Philippines?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, so where did you hear about it?
On the news, on TV, and the television of our house, I heard about it. I feel worried about the Filipinos, especially the Filipinos in the Coast Guard and the Filipinos who work on the sea. I very worried about them, especially their health, because they're complaining about their what they are doing to the Philippines or the Filipino people.
Have you heard about the 4 new military bases being built in the Philippines, like American military bases?
Yeah, I heard about it. Like they are just protecting our country, especially the U.S. military bases. They're just defending our territory, and they like to be one of us to protect our country.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about a war with China?
9% over 10.
Well, I must say, I'm actually a little surprised by the answers. This might have sounded like a pro America propaganda video, but I interviewed 14 random people, and every single one of them pretty much felt the same way. I tried to talk to some older people, but they were either reluctant to be on camera or didn't have an opinion. But judging from the private conversations I've had, I wouldn't expect their answers to be much different. The thing that amazed me the most was how much the younger generation knew about the situation. So, kudos to them for keeping up with current events. Well, that's it for this episode. Now, I'll be back on Tuesday as I interview an outspoken massage therapist who offers a little extra to her clients. I hope it doesn't rub you the wrong way. Till then, folks. If you think about it, I'm kind of like a Hooters girl without the Hooters, serving you exactly what you need, a double shot of hot, fresh content twice a week. The only thing I ask for my service is a thumbs up on this video, subscribing to my channel, and hitting the notification bell so you know when your next meal is ready. If you want to become one of my favorite customers, please check out my Patreon page for extra content and exclusive features. To help you decide what to order, check out this delicious assortment of great choices. Now, what can I get ya?